Well, actually, this is my 9th speech, even though it's a 10th speech out of the manual. Just because I looked at it, the 9th speech had something to do with research, and I said, that's always kept beginning. So, the idea of inspiring people to what? First of all, I've always heard when you attempt to inspire people to anything, you should always start with something that's very close to your heart. So, first of all, I wish I could say that I had this quixotic idea of grabbing a pen and paper, writing it down, but now at the digital age, it was just on a computer. So, these are a few of the things I started with in my journey of trying to figure out what types of things would you inspire people to. First, I started with things that I enjoy. I enjoy traveling, just getting to go to different places and all different sorts of that. We'll get into a few other things that are related to that. I love meeting people all the time, so I can meet a new person every day and be happy. I love telling people how to reconnect to God. So the thing that most drives my life personally is just my personal relationship with God through the person of Jesus Christ. I love University of Connecticut basketball, which they beat Seton Hall last night. Thank you to ESPN 360. So now I can watch online basketball. I really enjoy investing in the lives of other people. Watching other people grow, there's something internally that just gets me going faster than anything else with that. So, and also investing in the lives of international people, whether it's here or whether I'm in another country and I'm actually international. So depending on either one of these. So it's like, okay, which one of these do you start with? How do you inspire people in one of these specific directions in an area that I'm inspired in? So I'm going to talk to you about all of them. But there was one primary one that I wanted to touch on. First of all, investing in the lives of internationals. The amazing opportunity we have being here in the U.S. We have this opportunity to be here in a place where we were all at some point internationals. The great part about being here in the U.S. is unless you were someone who is natively born in America a long time ago, everyone here came as some sort of refugee of sorts. So our entire national fabric was actually begun as refugees, as people who came here from an oppressive area coming here for freedom. So that's one of the neatest things. My wife actually used to work with a group called World Relief. They help people who are come from other countries. They'll help get settled here. It's amazing. We've been able to have, had a really good friend of mine who taught me how to roast coffee beans. Even though I was working for Starbucks and worked for them for 4 years, I had never seen coffee roasted until he took the raw beans and put them over a thing. And they'd always told me it sounded like popcorn when it pops, and it really does. So, but inspiring people to what? Investing in the lives of internationals, being able to invest in the lives of other people, watching other people grow, watching them just learn things and see things that they maybe haven't seen themselves, or the areas just they need to grow in. And in the course of that, I tend to grow more than anybody else because I'm going, okay, well, I'm trying to lead you in this, but I need to grow here. So, and then, of course, University of Connecticut basketball, which is, of course, very, very important, simply because just it's University of Connecticut basketball. There's no better team on the face of the earth other than that number one team, Kansas. But and then the last one would be meeting new people, which is actually what all these are all about. So, all of these are connected to other people. And so, one of the things I consistently find is just that people nowadays are becoming more and more introspective, which is good. It's good to understand yourself. But do we really know the opportunities and the people that are around us? So often it seems like we're tempted more and more just to go about our lives in such a way where we're go to work, come home, close the garage, and you never know anybody. It's just really sad and depressing when you think about it that way. Great part about groups like Toastmasters, it does provide that opportunity for you. Provides an opportunity for you to get to know new people. So it gives you an opportunity to get to meet new people who have different ideas than you, who completely that you might get to know people who have different perspectives and different ideas as to how the world works. So you can go ahead and look at your own perspective and figure out if it's something helpful or if maybe some other perspective would be better. One of the things that I really enjoy, people is my favorite subject. At one point, I was talking to people about. I was talking to someone specifically about what are the things that are really important in life. What are the things that are actually that will last for long periods of time. And me and this friend, of course, we were in college. We had a lot of quixotic ideas. A lot of ideas that, we think are very, very practical, but of course they're more lofty than practical in college. And in the course of one of these discussions, we had talked about what are the things that are actually going to last for a long period of time? What are the things that are actually going to be of value for our entire lives and even beyond? And we determined that there's really only two things when it all comes down to it that are actually have value in life, all the way through life and then after we pass on. And there's two things. So one of them would be the Bible or God's Word, because in the Bible it talks about it, God's Word is true. It stands forever. And that the things that it's talked about in there are very consistent and helpful. I've actually been listening to the book of Proverbs written by Solomon, who's one of the smartest men on earth. And one of the things that he said that was really interesting, and I was sitting around, I've now put it in MP3 format, and I was listening to it, I have my little Bluetooth thing in, and was walking around, and now having a child, having to discipline a whole lot. It said you should discipline your child with a rod. Don't worry, they won't die. So a lot of times when you see this little child, you're like, well, she's so cute, I can't discipline her. But just there's those little things where just you're training and trying to grow the child into something. Now, I did say there were two things earlier. One of them is God's Word. The second one is people. People are the only thing that are here now that will also be beyond. So God's Word and actually relationships as a whole, because God Himself. But people. People are the one thing that will be going on from here. So it's very important to make sure we're able to invest in the lives of people. Just because, everything else that we fight and strive for is just so often stuff that is of no value in the long run. People are just of extreme value. In conclusion, just really simply, get out and meet people. So I hope you're able to go out and just meet several different people. I hope you're able to meet people of different names and nationalities, people whose name when you look at it, it seems like it has far too many consonants or vowels. You look at it and you're like, I don't even know how to pronounce that. What country are you from? And just different areas like that, just because there's such we're just very fortunate to be in a place where we have that freedom. Of course, it can be a little scary. I mean, anytime but most things that are good usually require a little bit more effort. So, of course, it is scary getting to know new people. Me, as a extreme extrovert, still have a lot of apprehension when I go up to meet brand new people. There's still that thing of, are they just going to dislike me? Are they going to dislike this? And one of the things I've even found is even introverted people. For you introverts are out there going, not going to do it. Introverts I consistently find, not all, but quite a few of them, tend to enjoy people when they're around them. Now, they don't get energy from them, and they don't enjoy the process of actually having to go meet somebody. But they do enjoy people, and they find it very, very refreshing. It's very interesting. I never thought that was true, but I'm consistently finding it more and more. So, in conclusion, you cannot really begin to enjoy life until you get to know other people. And so you're able to forget yourself and be willing to actually put the interest of others above your own. There's a saying that I've actually come across in the last few years, and it talks about how to really love somebody is to put their goals and interests above your own. Well, to actually do that, there has to be someone else for you to be able to put their interests above your own. So I would just encourage you, challenge you, hopefully inspire you to go out and meet new people, to go out and get to hang out with people and do things that maybe you haven't done before, or that maybe you just always want to try to do, or never taken advantage of the opportunity. So that's my challenge to you today, and I hope you really take it. Thank you.